Stop scrolling. Sexyy Red just crashed Tommy Richmond's Actin' Up remix and turned a low-key TikTok sleeper into a certified club weapon. Today I'm unpacking every bar, every beat switch, and every mix trick so you can hear why this record hits harder than the original. First, a little backstory. Tommy Richmond's Actin' Up started bubbling on TikTok earlier this year for that elastic falsetto hook. Remember the clips of people slow-mo skating in parking garages? That was it. Now fast forward to April 18, 2025. Producers Jonah Roy and Kavi call in Sexyy Red to inject raw attitude. Same 156 BPM tempo, but the remix is rebuilt from the drums up.
That's a wrap.
The minute it dropped, Spotify threw it on New Music Friday and the comment sections went nuclear. So let's break down why. I'm pressing play.
I think the word is in your hands, you're acting up. Yeah, my bitch is bad as fuck, and I got you mad as fuck.
Tommy's airy hook floats over these filtered drums. Notice how the instrumental feels muffled at first, like it's under a blanket. That's intentional. It leaves headroom, so when the distorted 808 slams in, it punches you right in the ribs. Rewind 2 seconds. Look at the waveform spike here. Huge transient, but the vocal never distorts.
You can never understand, it can never be the same.
That means they cut everything below 30 hertz, so the sub thumps without muddying Tommy's range. Let's talk about Tommy's vocal blueprint before we even get to Sexyy Red. Falsetto hook sits mostly between 2 and 5 kilohertz. The highs are de-essed, so his sibilance is smooth, not piercing.
All these people saying names, and I don't wanna die when it's so.
There are 2 vocal doubles panned 30 left and 30 right, each with a micro delay of 12 milliseconds. That tiny offset spreads the hook wide without messing up the phase. Instead of a long reverb tail, they chose a short plate, 0.8 second decay, keeping it floaty but still present. If you need space in a busy mix like this one, try a slapback delay around 70 milliseconds instead of drowning everything in reverb. Works every time. Now production changes in the remix. The new 808 sample is pitched down 3 semitones from the original. They sidechain that sub to the clap at a 4:1 ratio. So each clap ducks the bass just enough for the transient to cut through, but the low end stays fat. You might also hear an offbeat cowbell panned hard left. That tiny percussive element jogs the groove forward and matches Sexyy Red's natural swing. The whole drum bus is compressed at 2:1 with a fast attack. It glues the drums, but the transients still breathe, especially that cowbell tick and those crispy hi-hats. Alright, Sexyy Red walks in and everything changes. She rides the pocket with her playful drawl, stacking punchlines every 2 bars. Silence can hit harder than any snare if you use it right. Let's dissect her rhyme game for a second. She balances playful internal rhymes. Notice the contrast between her vocal texture, mid-heavy and raw, versus Tommy's ultra-polished falsetto. The producer carved out a narrow EQ notch where Tommy's consonants normally sit. That leaves room for Sexyy Red's harsher edges without clashing. Small move, big difference. We can't ignore the mix and master.
Still there, laying down, bend it over. Break it down, back it up. I just got you a flight, a couple that don't gas me up. And now you think the world.
Pull up the spectrum analyzer on your side. The 808's fundamental peaks at 45 hertz, but they dip 2 decibels around 120 to clear space for the vocal warmth. Mid-range cut at 1.4 kilohertz avoids boxiness, and there's a gentle shelf boost at 8 kilohertz to add air, especially helpful on Sexyy Red's top end. Overall loudness clocks in around minus 8.5 LUFs. That's loud enough for today's streaming wars, but not a brick wall. Crest factor sits near 8 decibels, which means drums can still breathe. If you're chasing this loudness, don't slam your mix bus limiter. Parallel compress your drum bus instead. Let's talk culture and club impact. First, dual region appeal. Tommy's alt R&B crowd collides with Sexyy Red's Midwest ratchet fan base. Second, TikTok ready dance moment. The producers left 2 full bars of instrumental right after the hook. Perfect for choreographers to loop moves. Third, DJ friendly structure. 8-bar intro and 16-bar outro. All clean stems available, so club edits are a breeze. That kind of tension and release resets listener dopamine and drives replay value through the roof. It's the same psychological trick as a roller coaster drop. Let's have a little ear training quiz. Did you catch the reverse cymbal swell sneaking in right before every clap? If you did, type the word reverse in the comments. If not, rewind and listen again. It's a subtle uplift that makes each snare slap feel even heavier. All right, let's land the plane. Did Sexyy Red elevate acting up, or do you still prefer the original solo version?
I'm high as fuck, wanna smoke with me. Only fuck with niggas if you from the street. Got a lot of hoes, but you the one for me. Like, well, and you know I'm the baddest in the...
And if you learned something from this breakdown, hit like, smash subscribe, and tap the bell. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next deep dive.